Rosary Crusader asks, Dear Charles, I would like to know more about the apparitions and visions of St. George appearing to Catholic military soldiers in various places when they are in trouble, such as the Holy Lands to the Knights of Christendom, Georgia, Malta, and so forth. Obviously, skeptics and some scholars will say this is all myths, folk tales, legends, and even if something happened, it must have been a hallucination, even a mass hallucination, and so forth. But I would like to know the truth behind these stories. Surely some of these stories must indeed be true? I find him a fascinating saint. God bless.
Well, you've kind of already given me half my answer right there. Yeah, stupid people will say that reality can't happen. Well, they do. There's nothing wrong with being stupid. That's what made our country great. Can we not say things like that, please? Anyway, no, St. George, of course, was a Roman soldier martyred in the 200s by Diocletian. And he has indeed appeared in the skies at various battles. Most recently, apparently, in Lebanon during the Civil War, 1976. As I understand it, this apparition was approved by one of the Melkite dioceses in Lebanon, I think Zaleh. But it supposedly appeared in the Bekaa Valley, where the Christian militia were fighting the Muslims. But this has happened in several places, as it has with St. Michael the Archangel and with St. James.
They've appeared?
Yeah.
Wow.
St. James appeared at the Battle of Clavijo. St. Michael, I forget the name of the battle now, but it was the Portuguese. And they've appeared several different times, usually against Saracens of various sorts. Muslims.
Oh, okay.
You know, ragheads. No, can we not, please? No? Anyway, I can't take me anywhere, honestly. Honestly. No, but this is typically where these apparitions have taken place. Now, can they be believed? Well, let me see you start a legend.
Yeah.
You know, you have to presume that my favorite is mass hallucination. I mean, how do you get a ton of people to see the same thing that isn't there? That's crazy. The concept of mass hallucination is crazy. The concept of mass hallucination is a mass hallucination in academic circles.
Wow.
Because you have a lot of professors sitting there going, it can't be true, therefore it must be, or something. No, you see, ladies and gentlemen, the basic argument there is that since it's never happened to me, it can't possibly happen to anyone. And that is a pretty stupid line of reasoning. So, I would say the burden of proof is on the accuser. And until they can come up with some real evidence that these things have not happened and cannot happen, then we have to suppose that they did, if there are enough people who claim they saw it. It's like the miracle of the sun at Fatima. You know?
Yeah.
I understand it may not make you comfortable, you lay awake at night wondering why you're not a good person, whatever the case. And I'm sorry if it upsets your academic decor, but
I mean, wasn't that even in like the newspaper or something?
it sure was.
I mean,
then thousands of people were there, and then the thing came toward the earth. The wet ground dried out. I mean, you know, it's like with the Shroud of Turin. If you accept the debunking, which has itself been debunked, you have to presume that there was this medieval charlatan who had somehow harnessed nuclear energy for artistic purposes. He had a collection of first century pollen grains from Palestine to stick into the cloth. He knew all about negative photography. He had a supply of AB blood to smear on the thing. I mean, it just... Okay, sure. My one question is why this incredible medieval master never did anything else. Just this one lousy thing. And it stretches the imagination. I mean, it's a little bit like mitochondrial Eve and mitochondrial Adam. When these were discovered, initially the discovery that all of our female chromosomes descend from a single female ancestress. Well, this was run in Scientific American, but 2/3 of the article were dedicated to saying that, oh, well, this isn't the biblical Eve, and, we don't necessarily have a single male ancestor.
Of course.
It's just going on and on and on and on and on, because the simple explanation is reprehensible. So then technology gets a bit better, and they're able to trace the male chromosomes. Oh, my golly, what do they find? They all descend from a single male ancestor. Oh, well, this doesn't mean they knew each other. Okay, Doc. Great. I appreciate how upsetting these discoveries can be. But why don't you withhold judgment, Doctor, until... Just withhold judgment. Leave it at that. If you're a scientist, you shouldn't be getting upset over changes in your worldview forced by new evidence. That's supposed to be what you're about and stuff. So too with scholarship in general. To say that something cannot happen is to admit from the beginning that you're dishonest. If you're a scientist of any kind, or if you're a scholar of any kind, to say that something is absolutely impossible is to admit your dishonesty. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I'm sick of this lie that Catholics hate science. Oh, the church, we like science, we just like good science.
Yeah. We like science that doesn't start out with a conclusion.
Yeah.
And then runs all around the Houlihan's barn trying to disprove any other possibility.
That's right.
I mean, it's like my favorite, cracking open those tyrannosaur bones and finding the organic goo. This was very upsetting. I thought it was great, and I've had people who have spoken to about it get very upset with it and say, "What do you think it means?" I have no idea. It's not my field. Either the dinosaurs lived more recently than we thought, or organic matter lasts a lot longer than we thought. Either way, you're wrong about something. But I don't have to have an explanation for it. I don't know what it means. I know it means fossilization isn't what we think it is. But as far as anything beyond that, I don't know. And I wouldn't even presume to try to come up with another alternative. All I know is yours is wrong. I don't have one to give you in return.
Sadistic.
What? I'm here to help.